At any time, Tyson was in decline because he's not. He's got plenty of years left in him, but he's got to train properly. You know, and it's all right saying these people can't fight. They all can fight. Anybody was prepared to get in that ring and climb up that ladder and train.
Jumps. 5.
John Fury has dropped another bombshell, and this time his comments about Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua could have fans looking at a potential heavyweight showdown very differently. John has made it clear that he believes Tyson's usual techniques simply will not be enough to overcome.
AJ is like he is. You know, he's on a comeback trail. He's had a couple of setbacks. He needs confidence builders, you know, and this ain't a confidence builder. It's a bloody hard fight. It's an hard fight. Southpaws, they're all hard fights. You know, he's a big fit man. You know, he'll have done his work and he sees his chance now. He's got his chance, Walling. And a win for Walling.
Anthony Joshua. According to John Fury, AJ is not just another fighter returning to the spotlight. He is a wounded lion searching for redemption, and that hunger could make him more dangerous than ever. John believes that mentality.
He's a 6'5" southpaw. He's a good game kid. And again, for mine, when he's got one of the best trainers in the world in his corner, Enjoy Gamage. So at the end of the day, you know, it's an uphill battle, let's put it that way. Can AJ pull it off? He can. But he's going to get tested like he's never been tested before. I think
mentality could completely change the fight. Tyson Fury has always relied on his unusual movement, height, reach, awkward angles, and ability to switch stances. But John believes those tricks will not...
You know, these guys, of course, that couch's going to be dangled in front of the both of them. But it's a case of, you know, why? Why? You know, why? And the thing is, someone's got to lose. And then they've got to live with themselves after that, so why? I actually now don't think that fight will happen. A massive carrots will be dangling in front of him, but I don't think it will happen.
Automatically work against Joshua. In his view, AJ's preparation, his team, and his determination could level the playing field. John has even suggested that Tyson would need to make serious adjustments.
Career, and everybody knows Froch is a tough guy. And if Froch turns up, even though he's an old man now, he's nearly as old as me. No, he's not. He's quite younger than me, actually, Cole Froch. I'm 63. Anyway, but, you know, listen, even Cole Froch, at the age that he is at, would still be enough for John Fury. Now, all of these...
If he wants to beat Joshua, simply relying on the techniques that worked against previous opponents may not be enough. Johnny Nelson, meanwhile, has raised another major question. Will Tyson Fury and Anthony...
In the pace! What makes you think we can fill the Wembley Stadium? Me and you. Listen, you're 59 years old. You're obviously not in shape. I'm Carl Froch, the Cobra, Hall of Famer, 4-time world champ. I don't talk about it much, but I once boxed at Wembley Stadium in front of 80,000 people, and it was a big grudge match between two top world level athletes. It's not going to happen, John. Now, misfits are talking about maybe something happening, and if that's...
Anthony Joshua actually fight? Fans have heard plenty of speculation, but until the contracts are signed and both fighters officially enter the ring, nothing is guaranteed. Still, John Fury's claim remains the headline. He believes Tyson's current approach will not...
John talked himself into a situation where what if Calais says, well, I'll give you X, Y, Z to fight Cole Froch. So I gather the last amount was $2.5 million. And I'm thinking, and Carl's like, and the thing is, I spoke to Carl last week at the Ricky thing, and he said, you know what, Johnny? He said, my man's priced himself out of it. You know, if we say, yeah, it'll be all right, give me 5 million. All right, give me 10 million. He's priced himself out of it. I like John. I get John. I like Carl. Carl's my boy. I respect him. It won't happen. It's just, I know it's bad, but it's fun watching these guys wind each other up.
Work against Joshua, and that has added another layer of intrigue to a fight boxing fans have wanted for years. But while the heavyweight debate continues, John Fury's own potential showdown with Carl Froch is creating just as much drama. Adam Smith has described the rivalry between Fury and Froch as entertainment and banter, but he admits he would never confidently bet against Froch if the two ever had a real fight. John Fury, however, appears determined to turn the talking into...
It's like, he gets upset and starts getting silly and starts saying, listen, I'll fight you. Starts calling me out. So just so we're clear, I didn't call John Fury out. And I've got no intention of fighting John Fury. But like he said, if it makes business sense, so if something stupid could happen, so for him, he wants to get paid. For me, I'd like to just set
something physical. Fury has talked about taking the fight to the cobbles, while Froch continues to demand something much simpler, a signed contract. That has become the biggest issue surrounding this entire rivalry. John Fury insists he is ready. He has even put a price on his participation, telling Froch that if a £2.5 million contract is placed in front of him, he will sign it immediately. At 61 years old, Fury knows time is not on his side. Yet he continues to insist that he is fit.
I'm going to fight, because at the end of the day, that's what I do. And what I want to do, really, is make history. I'll be the first 61-year-old man in history to ever take on a 3-time Hall of Famer in Carl Froch. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Willing and ready to take the challenge. He wants the opportunity to make history by stepping into the ring against a fighter with Carl Froch's experience and reputation. It is bold, it is controversial, and it is exactly the kind of statement that keeps this rivalry alive. But there is still one problem. No contract has been signed. Liam Smith has questioned whether John Fury is genuinely serious or simply doing what he does best, creating headlines and stirring up controversy. Smith believes the situation became even more...
Look, Daniel does do anything to drum something up. I think he does want the Froch fight. I think Froch just called him a little bit on YouTube. But, I think Carl got uncomfortable there. Darren's a fucking lunatic. So, last thing he wants, Darren still jumping out the ring to you, fucking threatening to choke you and all that, you know what I mean? So, it's the last thing I'd want anyway. So, I think Carl just got off rather than have the aggro of, Darren sitting in front of him, screaming, shouting and spitting in his face.
Uncomfortable once the trash talk became personal and serious threats started flying around. His argument is straightforward. All the shouting means very little unless Fury actually signs the paperwork and steps into the ring. Darren Till has also expressed frustration with the mixed signals coming from Fury's camp. One moment, the fight appears to be on. The next, everything seems uncertain. That frustration reflects what many boxing fans are thinking. They want action. They do not want endless arguments, social media threats, and repeated knockout predictions. They want someone to finally put pen to paper and make the fight.
Done what I've done, mate. It's like my last fight with Luke. It was all, they do this, do that, and then when I go too far, it's like, oh mate, you can't do that. Well, hang on. Well, what do you want from me? Do you want? Are we having it or not?
Official. Duke McKenzie has offered another explanation for John Fury's ability to dominate the headlines. Fury knows how to create controversy. He knows how to provoke reactions and keep the cameras focused on him. But McKenzie's comments also highlight the obvious challenge. Eventually, all the noise has to lead somewhere. Carl Froch has already made his position clear. Sign the contract. Stop talking. Get in the ring. Dave Allen has gone even further, questioning whether John Fury possesses the boxing ability required to compete with someone like Froch. Allen respects...
And he knows how to shout houses down and make threats and swear and all the rest of it because he creates chaos wherever he goes. And for whatever the reason, the public...
Fury's fitness and athleticism. But he believes those qualities are not necessarily enough to produce world-class boxing ability. That raises an important question. Can Fury really back up all those knockout warnings? Another voice has also questioned Fury's cardio, suggesting that his conditioning may not hold up against Froch's pressure. The prediction is that Fury could begin tiring within the opening rounds if Froch forces the pace. If the fight remains slow, Fury might survive longer. But against a sharp, experienced, heavy-handed opponent, that could become a serious problem. Talking about a...
Yeah, go on then, let's fight. Waste a load of fucking time negotiating. The zone offered him the money, and he's bottled it. And he calls everybody else a shithouse. He goes around calling everybody else a shithouse, saying he'll fight anyone. He's going to fight fucking no one. Now you know the script. Big John, a fighting man, has got no intention of fighting. Whilst talking about Big John, I need to mention his son as well, Tommy Fury. He keeps piping up, saying that a good young one beats a good old one. Tommy, listen.
Knockout is one thing. Surviving a real fight is something completely different. And once again, Froch keeps returning to the same demand. Sign a contract and prove it in the ring. Duke McKenzie also brings the conversation back to money. Froch has already earned his reputation and made serious money throughout his career. According to McKenzie, the right financial offer could potentially tempt him into the matchup. Without a significant payday, however, there may be little reason for Froch to take the risk. Away from the chaos, John Fury has also shown a quieter side by reflecting on his memories of Dusseldorf and looking back at how quickly the years have passed. 10 years.
I've never been jealous. I'm happy for boxers that get paid good money for doing the hardest, what I consider to be the hardest sport in the world. So let's just get that one out and cleared and in the open. John Fury, there's no jealousy. I've never been a has-been. Once a champion, always a champion.
So another thing that John said is he's got to discredit Tyson Fury to make himself look better.
Absolutely ridiculous for John Fury to say that I need to criticise Tyson Fury to make myself look better. I don't need to discredit Tyson to make my CV or my career look any better. Tyson's got 4 wins over world champions. I've got 11 wins over world champions. The 4, in case you didn't know, is Cunningham. He's 37 years old. He dropped Tyson as well. Well, that is what it is. He got up to win. 37-year-old.
Years have gone by since his last time in the city, giving fans a rare glimpse of the nostalgia behind the controversial personality. Carl Froch has his own memories, especially his famous battles at Wembley. He has recalled the incredible atmosphere of fighting George Groves in front of around 80,000 fans.
And then there's Froch, who's been paid to fight. He's used to getting money for knocking guys out. I'm sure if they put enough knocks in front of Carl Froch, in front of Carl Froch, then he might rise to it. But he ain't going to rise to it if there's no money on the table, if there's no end goal. If you want to punch up, you can go out in the street and have that any day of the week.
A night that remains an important part of his legacy. That experience is exactly what makes the Fury-Froch situation so fascinating. Froch is a proven former champion who has fought at the highest level. Fury is the outspoken challenger who believes his toughness, confidence, and physical strength can overcome the difference in experience. Eddie Hearn has also backed Froch, admitting that he would not bet against him in a physical confrontation. Hearn acknowledges Fury's size advantage, but still believes Froch would be extremely dangerous if the two ever got close. And that brings us back to where everything stands. Months of threats, knockout warnings, money demands, arguments, endless
In life, you know, here in Dusseldorf, and we've got fabulous weather, German people here, you know, it's a lovely place. Dusseldorf's a beautiful city near the river, you know, and just glad to be back here. It's surreal. I can't believe 10 years has passed. I can't look in the mirror though. I know 10 years has passed then. But isn't so good to be back in Dusseldorf, yeah.
Back and forth, but still no signature. Froch wants the contract signed. Fury insists he is ready to fight and believes he can make history at 61. Until that paperwork is completed, however, everything remains just talk. Meanwhile, John Fury's comments about Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua have created an entirely separate storm. If Tyson really needs to change his approach to defeat Joshua, then a heavyweight clash could be far more competitive than some fans expect. Joshua would enter with redemption on his mind, while Fury would have to prove that his experience, movement, size, and tactical ability remain enough to overcome one of the most dangerous heavyweights of his era. So now the questions are bigger than ever. Can Tyson Fury adapt and beat Anthony Joshua?
37th birthday when I chinned Groves at Wembley in front of 80,000 fans and went on to become an International Boxing Hall of Famer. Now, that was 11 years ago. It was hard for me and I did the weight easy, really. But I was young and fresh and the first fight was quite close.
Can John Fury really defeat Carl Froch? Will the £2.5 million contract ever appear? And most importantly, will either of these rivalries finally move from words to action? Until the contract is signed, the answer remains unknown. So, who do you think wins if John Fury and Carl Froch actually meet in the ring? Does Frocka's experience and
John Fury, Carl Froch, where does it go for you? Where do you put your money on?
I would never back against Carl Froch on the cobbles. Ever. But John Fury's a big old lump. There'll be some illegal moves in there. Do you know what I mean? But if they ever get close, Carl will be swinging. Do you know what I mean? So,
boxing ability give him the advantage, or can Fury's toughness and aggression produce a stunning upset? Drop your prediction in the comments below, smash that like button, and subscribe for more boxing updates, controversies, and breaking developments as this explosive rivalry continues.